us on a wonderful occasion of International Women Day 2022, which was 8th March 2022. I really appreciate your proactiveness and interest to join us and to take out your time and join us. Believe me, you are going to enjoy and be benefited by today's talk. Before I start today's talk, I would like to quickly introduce myself. My name is Neha Mittal, and I am a project lead and a senior security information professional, having multiple years of experience, having extensive years of experience in cybersecurity solutioning, and I have worked on multiple topics, including third party risk management, policy development, security awareness, and training. And I have extensive experience of working with Fortune 500 clients across the globe. So, let join me today. So, let's explore the cybersecurity awareness world with me. Cybersecurity awareness, it is a buzzword that we keep hearing all the time. As the world is moving towards digitalization, the protection of data from cyber attacks is the need of the hour. So, as we all know, as touted by Dr. Mansur Hasib in his book Cybersecurity Leadership, which says that cybersecurity is people powered perpetual innovation. We all know that people, we humans, are the most strongest as well as the weakest link in the technology. Educating people to possess the right cybersecurity hygiene driven mindset is the need of the hour. And we are doing this by promoting cybersecurity, a culture of security. And it is very detrimental and essential for success of any organization, any country, and any nation. But how can we achieve this? This is a very important question. One way is to make them realize the importance of cybersecurity awareness and vigilance in our day to day life, and then to help them understand how it can serve as a boon for them as well as the organization. Now, since we are talking on a very important topic, cybersecurity awareness, I have few points to ponder. My first question is, friends, what do you think? Sometimes, we all post information on social media and then we delete it. Do you think that the information we post on online media and after deleting, is it permanently deleted? Remember, posting is permanent. So even if you delete the information, the residue of those information, it is never permanently deleted. The residue of the information would be available at the backend. It may not be visible to you. You will be thinking that, I've deleted it, so the data is permanently deleted. No. So that is a big no. But someone can still get access to information from the backend. They can utilize, attacker may hack into the system, they may get the information and utilize for his or her personal benefit. Now, a very important question that comes to my mind is, we all are using LinkedIn. Have you ever noticed that a company, before they hire you, they are visiting your LinkedIn profiles? What is the reason? They want you to understand you. What all about you? What are your likes, your dislike, your interests, your activities? And then they utilize AI and, data mining tools to extract the information they need, the useful pattern of information they would like to know about you. So while so when we are posting any information, we need to be very cautious of what information are we posting, or we are sharing with the external world. So just creating an account and be online, it's not just about being sharing the information, but I would say that this is how you're creating a virtual identity, and you need to be very mindful of how you want to project yourself to the outside world. Friends, we would have come across instances where we have heard that in our acquaintances that someone has been a victim of cyberbullying. But my question is, what is cyberbullying? What it is all about? So cyberbullying basically involves when someone is posting, sharing your personal information without your consent, or when someone is posting, sharing, or saying harmful or mean or false content about you. Remember, cyberbullying is a punishable offense and it can harm our future. So we need to be very, very mindful. We need to be very cautious. So let me talk about one very important scenario. For example, a friend of yours have photo tagged you or posted your personal information without your consent. So will that be okay with you? Give me the answer, yes or no. The answer would be no. Everyone has a right to privacy. You, me, we all have the right to privacy. And as responsible citizens, it is also the responsibility of the people around us to protect our privacy, and same and vice versa. So other people are responsible for protecting our privacy and we are responsible for protecting others' privacy. Remember, privacy is power. What people don't know about you, they can't use it against you. And that is the reason I always say that we need to be very cyber smart, we need to be cyber vigilant, we need to be cyber aware, and we need to be cyber secure. Last question that comes to my mind is that I have applied the highest level of security to all of my online accounts. Have you done so? If yes, I would really appreciate your effort. I would say you are cyber smart, you are cyber hero, you are cyber vigilant. If no, I would say just right after the talk, go and do the needful. Apply all the highest level of privacy settings to all of your online accounts because, as I told you, it is the very important thing. It is a need of the hour. So we have discussed about what cybersecurity is, what cybersecurity awareness is. So all this. So, but my again question is: so have you ever given a thought like why cybersecurity awareness it's so detrimental to success of the organization, for not only organization but nowadays to nation? Because we have come across instances where attackers, they are not only causing loss financial to organizations, to reputation, by making us a by making users a victim of cyberbullying, causing how much nervousness, anxiety, mental trauma, emotional trauma people have gone by being a victim of these attacks. So when I talk about the effects, so there are so much and so many that that is the reason companies and all are investing so much into cyber security awareness. It has become a service at a global level for all the major enterprises. So I could say from my learning, my experience, that I've worked with multiple Fortune 500 clients, with all the big clients. They are not necessary of IT, but all are different. With I work with aviation clients, with mining clients, and so many clients. And I would say and guarantee that it is important at every sphere of our life. It is impacting every task of our life, our day to day life, because we are all using the online tools. We are all using LinkedIn, we are all using Instagram, we are all using Facebook. And even research has proved that the time we are spending on this digital device in this digital era, it is far more than we are actually spending with the people around us. And that is the reason this concept of cybersecurity awareness as a service, it has become very important, it has become pertinent, it has become detrimental, it has become everything for all of us. I would like to share a very important thing. Do you know web sources? They say that $16.4 billion loss, it is happening every on a daily basis, and around 19 lakh dollar loss that is happening every second. It may seem like very, is it really so? Like you when I'm saying such numbers like billion and lakhs every second, can you imagine how much loss it is all are undergoing through? So it may looks like surprising fact, but I would say that research has proved it is the need, it is the actual reality of the art. But then a very important thing that I would like to discuss with you. Do you know that we all know that threat landscape, it is continuously advancing. There are new threat vectors that are coming every other second. Okay, and then there's every on internet every 34 second there's a new thread that is coming. It may be hard to believe, but it is the reality that I am mentioning you here. Then when we are working in this cyber world, when we are part of this digital era, we all know that threats are a part of our life. But do you know that there are four major cybersecurity threats that hold the most percentage of threats, or I would say those are the top threats. One is malware, ransomware, phishing, and social engineering. You would say like malware, ransomware, they can be mitigated by using the patch management. But what about social engineering and phishing? But before you would give my answer question, you would give answer to my question. I would like to explain you what is phishing. Very simple question. Phishing is when attacker sends you fraudulent communication, but it is drafted or prepared in such a way that it looks like a original communication, a genuine communication, which is coming from a reputable or trusted source. And here the goal of the attacker is to steal your sensitive information, or cause you financial loss, like they want to steal your credit card numbers, debit card numbers, or their intent is to install malware into your system. Then the attacker may use various means depending upon his or her convenience, and as per after understanding the target audience, he may use email. When he use email, it is known as email phishing. When he use phone, then it is known as wishing, and when he use SMS, it is known as smishing. So phishing, it accounts for more than 50% of the attacks nowadays. Then the second term which I was mentioning or highlighted is social engineering. So what is social engineering? Here the attacker, what is attacker doing? Attacker is using the psychological manipulation to trick the victim to release sensitive information. He may pretend, he would try to use, manipulate you. He would try to emotionally manipulate you so that you can release your sensitive information, your confidential information, and then he would like to use that information for his or her benefit. So due to these threats, so I understand that there are multiple uh, controls available, like technical controls, like you would say firewall is there, IDS, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system is there, and then there are antivirus systems are there.
First, use your fingerprints to unlock the device.
Antivirus systems are there. Then what is the need, what is the need of this the question is, what is the need of the cyber security awareness? I understand malware and like ransomware, that those can be mitigated by these attacks. But what about phishing? Will IDS, will technical controls work to mitigate phishing? Will technical controls work to mitigate social engineering? Think about it. Wait, give it a thought. And my answer is no. The only mitigation for attacks, including phishing, social engineering, is user awareness training. As I told you earlier when I started with this talk, that we humans are the weakest link also. If we are not properly educated, we are not aware, we don't know, we are not proactive, we are not playing a role of uh, protecting our organization, and we can be the strongest link. We can serve as a boon to any of our organization if we are properly educated, we are cyber smart, we are cyber vigilant, we are cyber aware, and we know how to secure or cyber secure our organization and our cyber world. And now, therefore, I say that it is very imperative to advocate cybersecurity awareness as a service, as a tool for positive behavior reinforcement of employees at all level. I would say, repeat, all level. So this was a brief introduction about uh, what I want to say, what I want to deliver. And now I would like to share my real life contribution, real life learning via this small PPT, as you can see my screen. Now, moving on to the agenda of today's. So, first, I'm going to share you a case study where I've taken example of a leading mining company who is investing in security awareness and training. I'll mention you what cybersecurity awareness is a service, what are the objective of this, how we are adding value add to different clients, what is the framework that we are following, and what are the benefit and summary, and how we can achieve this. So I'll take you a walkthrough of all the above stated points of the agenda. Let's go ahead. Let's enjoy. So as you can see my screen, so this is a case study of one of our leading client who has invested in cybersecurity awareness and training. But as I told you earlier, that we have multiple customers, and we are having for whom we are managing the cybersecurity awareness program. They are of all across the globe. We have customers from EMEA, from North America, from Europe, from Asia, so every horizontal and not of one industry, but we have explored the customers of every industry, every horizontal and every vertical. you know so we all know that as I mentioned you, that realizing that the advanced threat the realizing the advanced threat landscape, the cyber threats that are prevailing, and what would be the impact of the data breach. So this client decided to develop to involve us and develop a robust security training and awareness program at the enterprise level. So in this project, we use one of a third party vendor. We design our own program, and then we does the solutioning and provided them with a very robust training and awareness program. So while designing the program, we were the main objective were to manage the security risk, to provide them the threat protection, information protection, to make their users aware, not only to do the cybersecurity awareness service, but to bring about a change in the user behavior. Because no program can be successful if the behavior of user is not changed. So that is what our intent is, to promote a culture of cybersecurity. So when I talk about the solutions, you'll be interesting to know what are the solution components. So here we were having simulated phishing campaigns, we were having trainings with more than 60 topics. We have a defined calendar according to which we were doing different activities. We had knowledge assessments. We were doing the training assignment not only just generic, but either based on their risk profiling or based on the behavioral analysis or on the basis of the baseline assessment that we conducted for their population. And also we rolled out user spam reporting capabilities. So what it is all about, how each of the solution component work, don't worry, I'll discuss each in detail in the forthcoming slides. Now moving on to the next topic is, you'll be thinking that what are the objectives. So while we are doing this cybersecurity awareness as a service, we are developing a cybersecurity awareness program. Okay, we are trying to assess their security maturity of their staff, which are the areas, which are the where they are proficient. Okay, that depends from customer to customer and every organization. So first we need to assess, we need to know, we need to perform a gap analysis uh, to understand what is their current level of understanding. So once we have done so, accordingly we define it, and then we develop our security program. With time we roll out the program, and then no program ever gets, we don't the customer don't get benefit if you don't if you keep your program same, if you are not maturing your program. So with the span of the time, seeing the level of improvement, you need to mature your program, you need to bring about the changes, you need to amend your program, and then you need to ongoing do the management of the program, and then the continuous improvement, because there would always be change in the people, process, technology, and hence I would say continuous improvement, very important term. It is what that drive these programs, and it is the very essential. Then our here our emphasis, as I told you, is not only to increase their knowledge, security knowledge, no, but to make that change a permanent, to bring a behavioral change in the employees, because that would help in the positive reinforcement of to the organization in the longer term. So I hope you are enjoying it. Now moving on to the next one, cybersecurity awareness value add. So this is basically how, for one of a client, how we were able to add value add to them. So our organization and the client, we were doing collaboration effort, because it's the teamwork that always win, and that has led to rise in the user awareness program. So if you can see on my screen, there are two graph. So if you see the red graph, so it is a quarterly phishing test failure trend. So if you see, back in 2018, we started with around 40% of the failure rate, and as per Q4 21, we have come under 1%. So can you see the level of improvement we have brought about in our program? So it is tremendous. If you could see the phishing failure rate, it is under 1% for the last 6 consecutive quarter. Very hard to believe, but yes, for 6 quarters, it is under 1%. Now, if you see the other graph, the green graph, which is showing bi-monthly training completion, back in May, earlier we were doing annual training assignments. Then we moved on to bi-monthly, as I told you, with the maturity of the program. We started with the 67% on-time completion. So this is on-time completion graph, like how many users have completed the training within the stipulated time, 67. And now, if you could see, it's more than 90%. So this is how it shows how we were able to bring about a change in the user behavior. Because as I told you, when we target the user behavior, the root cause, so the effects are permanent and the effects are visible. And that you can see on the statistics that I have captured on my screen. Then also, one important point, it is very hard to believe, but almost 99.8% of users, they have completed all the trainings, till now, when we have done the analysis. Then, as I told you about user spam reporting button, so that is, we are not just one time doing the installation and going back and then just sitting and not doing anything. It's not that, but we are, because we understand that there are updates, there are fixes, there are new releases that are being rolled out daily. So we are doing the continuous update of that user spam reporting button, which is installed. And that, what would be the frequency, that is as per our agreement with our clients. So very important term, we understand that in every organization there is an on off boarding that is doing. Some users are leaving the organization, some users are joining the organization, and we are doing the new joiner training. We are not doing on a second day, third day, but on a daily basis. We have a dedicated interface, IM interface. We are extracting the reports from that, and then we are assigning the training on the job role. So, for example, we segregate whether it is a normal user or an executive, and then accordingly, based on their job title, we are assigning them trainings with the due date of 1 week, and then after that, we are locking their accounts. So, and this is not just, this is not our obsolete client, it's our ongoing client. And we have been we achieved multiple accolades from the client, multiple appreciation for the client, and this account is still up and running. So this shows how we are meeting the client satisfaction, and we are helping our client to promote the culture of security. Moving on to the next slide. So how we are doing, what framework are we following, so that we can add maximum value to our clients to ensure maximum effectiveness. As part of our cybersecurity awareness program, so we follow a continuous learning cycle. It consists of 5 steps. So first is define. When I talk about define, here we are defining our program objective, what our program would be doing, what is the scope, what are the requirement, what would be the dependency. Because whenever we are doing any program, there are always a set of dependency associated with it. And then KPI, which is key performance indicator. What are the key performance indicators? What are the key risk indicators? So we would be defining all those things in the first steps. Once we have defined all those things, then we would be we'll be establishing a RASI plan. That RASI plan, is responsibility, accountability, consulting, and informed, where every person is assigned responsibility, who is responsible for what task, who is accountable. We establish a dedicated plan. There are training guides, there is leadership support, and here we are doing the prerequisite steps which are there to establish a program. Once that is done, we need to gain an understanding of what is the landscape of a client organization. That comes under the SS phase. In SS phase, we are assessing our users of the client organization. What is their, where do they stand, what is their current state, and how we can help them move from their existing state to the best state, and in the stipulated timelines. The next is the deploy phase. In deploy phase, we are educating, we are doing the implementation, we are doing the deployment of our program, our security awareness program. We are educating the users, we are reinforcing them. We are doing, for example, every organization has a different email that they would be using. They would have different templates, they would have different technologies, they have different tools they would be using. Some organization may use Cisco Jabber, some may use WebEx, some may use Zoom as a form of communication, some may use Google Meet as a communication. Then according to that, we do branding, we create the templates for the phishing campaigns, we prepare the material, the trainings, we launch the campaigns, we conduct the quiz, and last but not the least, measure. Once we have rolled out a program, so that rollout doesn't make any significance if we are not measuring that how much progress we were able to bring about, we were able to bring after our deployment. So that measuring the progress and the behavior change analysis we are doing in the measure phase. So this is about our cyber security framework. Then one important thing, so you'll be thinking, okay, that we are doing the training, campaign, quiz, customization, but how we are doing? So, there are multiple third-party vendor tools available in the market of, proprietary vendor. One, say example is Novi4, one of the leading vendor. The second leading vendor would be Proofpoint Security Technologies. Then these are not restricted to, Novi4 or Proofpoint, but there are, multiple others. I would say there are multiple vendors depending upon what your customer needs are, what the requirements are. You can leverage any of these platform as well. They're all cloud based, they are SaaS platforms, software as a service platforms, and they can help you conduct the activities for your customers. Now, moving on to the very important point that I wanted to discuss with you is uh, the SS, the four phases, at back that we discussed. But here I'm going to use some technical terms and I'm going to explain you that. So the first phase was, I mentioned you about access. What we are doing in the SS phase. So how we can do so. So there are two ways we can use an SS phase. First, let me inform you. In SS phase, we are basically trying to, gauge the understanding of the end user knowledge. We are trying to understand our end user vulnerabilities, like which are the areas when I talk about education, they are proficient, which are the areas in which they are weak, so that accordingly we can help them improve their weaker areas and to keep them improving more on the proficient areas. So we are using two techniques in the SS phase. It can be done either by the strength knowledge assessment or by the simulated attacks or the phishing simulation. You would be thinking what the cyber strength knowledge assessment is all about. So the third party vendor which we are using, it has named as cyber strength knowledge assessment. But basically, what we are doing in this, we are creating a questionnaire or assessment, and that questionnaire includes the topic from different security domains. It may include from ransomware, or email security, URL security, and different mobile security, etc. After creating that questionnaire, and that is created in the form of either MCQ or a true false, and then we are rolling out to all the users of the client organization. They attempt those assessment, and then we are doing the analysis. So this help us understand what is the areas in which they are weak, and what are the areas in which they are proficient. So this cyber strength, it is, I would say this alternatively as a baseline maturity assessment tool. The second thing is the simulated attack or the phishing simulation. We all know about this. I've already mentioned what is phishing. That we send them emails which appear to look from a genuine source, but those are not genuine. They are all fraudulent communication, and here our intent is to lure the victim so that he or she can click the those link or attachment, and then make them a victim. They make them fall into prey, so that in future, if they ever come across this situation, they are they are made, they know, they have the right mindful cybersecurity hygiene mindset, and they do not fall prey into the actual attack. So in this, we are creating the simulated attacks, as I told you, and then whenever there are multiple ways, like as I told you, we may share a user email which has a link. They have to click to a link. When they click on the link, they are redirected to a fake page, which looks like their organization login page, and ask them to enter their credentials. When they enter their credentials, they are then redirected to another page, which we called as just-in-time training or a teachable moment. When they click on the and then that teachable moment inform that the email, or the link that you have clicked was a fake. It was done by your organization. It is a simulated test from your organization to check your level of awareness, if you are able to identify a fake email. And it gives you the tip how you should remain safe online, how you can prevent yourself falling into the prey of any attacker, and it will give you those practical advice, so if you have failed the campaign. Then the second phase that comes is educate. In educate phase, we are educating our client users, and helping them bring a change in their behavior. And this we are doing by there are interactive training modules. Then that depends. If you're using a third party vendor platform, then they would have their own set of trainings that you can roll out to your client users. Or if you are not using any third party vendor, then you may have prepared your own set of PPTs, or your infographic that you'll be sharing for education. So that depends how you are rolling out the program for your client. And then you share with them, you educate them, and then I would say, then again, the third thing is the reinforce. So you have assessed them, you have educated them, then what you are doing them, you need to check now that you have uh, educated your employees. Are they showing you positive behavior reinforcement? So for reinforcing, there are or we have two capabilities. One is the user spam reporting or user spam reporting analyzer, and the second is the cybersecurity awareness material. When I talk about user spam reporting, so we are doing, so we are installing an add-in into the user email box. For example, I come across an email and it looks like that this email is not good. It is suspicious. So what I basically will do, uh, I can report any of the suspicious email that I feel via this user spam reporting button. So it will allow the employees of the client organization, of any organization, to report the suspicious messages or emails to the to the organization SOC team, or which I called as incident response team, with a single mouse click. You don't have to do anything. You can just click. It will ask you. It will ask confirmation. Are you sure you want to report this? And then when you say yes, I do, then it do the analysis, and then For example, if it is if you report any of the training, any of the whitelisted email, or any of the email which is sent by your organization, it will tell you at that moment only the email that you just reported, it is safe email, don't worry, it was sent from your organization. But in case it's not any email that is initiated from your organization, or a whitelisted email, or a familiar email, then that email would be redirected to the security incident response team of your of that organization, and then they are going to perform additional level of checks from their side, and then they are going to take the suitable action. So here, one scenario would like here one of the regular practice, I would like to share from what from my learning, is that when these emails are redirected to the incident response team, they analyze those emails, and they check the reputation of the emails, they check the source of the email, and if they found that it is malicious, or it's of low credibility, and it's not good, then they block those all email domains to protect your organization. But one point here to remember, this user spam reporting button is a user driven tool, it is action driven. For example, if a user don't know how to report, is not self aware, is not cyber aware that this email looks like suspicious, then your organization SOC team won't get to know about this. If you And then they can't take any action. Only if a user is cyber secure, cyber vigilant, cyber aware, is reporting any of the suspicious email, then only they can look and then to took the suitable action. And that is the reason, you remember I told you, an employee can serve as a boon. If you report some suspicious email, it is of bad reputation, and it went to your incident SOC team, they analyze it as bad reputation, it was malicious, you know they block that IP address as soon as possible. And then here you have done incredible job. You have done a fantastic job for your organization. You have saved the reputation, and I would say you have become a cyber hero for your organization, and cause a lot of gain which you can't which your organization would be grateful for to you for being cyber vigilant and cyber aware. Now, moving on the same front, the second thing that comes to my mind is user spam reporting analyzer. What it is all about? So, user spam reporting analyzer, it is utilizing the machine learning to prioritize the email that is reported to you by you reported to the client organization or any organization by user spam reporting button. So, it just send that email. But spam reporting is analyzing whether it is a bulk email, it is a spam email, it is a malicious email. So it does that analyze, or it is a bulk email, spam email, low risk email, and then it help your team to enable faster remediation of the most dangerous threats, most advanced threats on your network. The second thing is of under
First, use your
reinforcement
fingerprints to unlock
is
the device.
cybersecurity awareness materials. So, there are multiple cybersecurity awareness material. It may be image, poster, article, any kind of, infographic. You can give, if an employee is proactive, he has reported any of the malicious, so you could have gift for those employees, and then these kind of infographic and articles, I would say newsletter. You can use all of these mediums, or some intranet cyber security section, and via all of these mediums you can help have best practices, and you can reinforce positive behavior. So these are the techniques how the positive behavior reinforcement actually can be enforced and can be have been assured. Now, the last but not the least is the measure step, which I've already mentioned that here we are doing the detailed analysis from the our deployment step, from all of activities we have done to, for example, we may see Who are the users who completed the training, who fell for the phishing attack, how many users have fell for the attacks for the last two consecutive times, what are the areas of weakness, what are the improvement of our time, which business unit has the highest improvement, which business unit is not improving, what are the actions we can take further, what are the recommendations that we suggest. And then that is all done in this major step. It also act as a roadmap for the future improvement to our security and awareness program. I hope like you are enjoying the session and you are getting the knowledge learning. Now the next thing is, what are the benefits of this? So as I told you, our program help promote a culture of security, help strengthening the first line of defense. We all humans, we employees are the first line of defense and the weakest link. So there are three basic, or I would say, the main, I would say the benefits. One, assessing and building awareness. We have a focused team. We are doing continuous improvement. We customize our program, tailor our program as per the client need. We have continuous frequent interactions with the client. We have a dedicated RASI metrics. We follow the RASI metrics. We continuous do improvement in the people, process, technology. There's a reduced dependency on the in-house skill. Then there's a formal security awareness training program, and then we are doing the ongoing management. So can you see, it's like one, when we talk about a one broad frame benefit, then there are multiple sub level benefit that comes under this. Second, reduce risk of social engineering. As I told you, that awareness is the main or the weapon against social engineering. So this has helped, we have seen in the reality, reduce the number of the incidents that the organization are facing, the cost or the financial loss that happened due to the incident, the reputation loss that organization can suffer. There's a constant implementation of the program. This is not, for example, if we do any program, we are doing in the organization any awareness training we have done for 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, and then there's no systematic approach, then there is no fruitile results of such a program in the longer term. So we, whatever we are doing, it's not a one day, there's a dedicated program as per our, as per our duration of the SOW, the statement of work. We are doing it consistent. We are helping our clients day in, day out to bring the change, to bring help their employees reinforce positive behavior. We are doing them live phishing test. We are doing the targeted training. That is not only just bi-monthly or so, but daily joiners trainings. We help. So there are lot of things we are doing, I would say. And last but not the least is the continuous program services. We are delivering the professional services of program development, ongoing support, continuous improvement, and multiple language support. It's like, it's not that we are doing only the support in one language, but multiple language. The vendors which we am saying, we are even providing multiple, they are providing multiple language modules, and as per the our client, we are designing and customizing our program in such a way that it is most understood and appealing to its organization users. So this is a brief overview of what actually the cybersecurity awareness service is all about. What are its benefits? How it is adding value to our clients, and how it is adding value to us in every sphere of our life. Now, as I wrap up the session on this International Women Day, I would like to say to all of you, women. Women is someone who is a wonderful wife. She's an outstanding friend. She's a marvelous daughter. She's an excellent sister. And she is a nurturing mother. Happy International Women's Day 2022, 8 March 2022. I would like to thank you, all of you. Thanks a million for being a very active and enthusiastic listener. I would like to say you a message. Keep smiling, keep learning, and be blessed. What do you think? Do you think that I have benefited you via this talk? Does this talk add any level of value to you? Do you think I was able to make impact to you? Please do share your feedback. I'm waiting. And on this slides, I would like to say I'm grateful to Techno Day for giving me this opportunity. And I would like to say bye to all of you. Thank you. Have a great day and a nice year ahead.